All right, so today we are going to make Shanghai style braised streaky pork in soy sauce. This recipe comes to us from the Hongta Hotel in Shanghai, China. How very exciting.
Very exciting.
So, this one seems pretty simple, but it looks very good, so we're gonna do it anyways. So we need to bring 6 cups of water to a boil, and then we're gonna blanch the pork for a minute, and then we're gonna plunge it into ice water, which...
Ooh, that should be exciting.
That's something I've never done before.
Me either.
So it should be a good time. All right, so we are going to start by cutting up the pork into little cubes, or into squares. It says cut into a square, but I know they mean squares.
It's pork belly.
It is pork belly.
I've never cooked pork belly before.
Neither have I.
In the recipe, it says streaky pork, so I Googled streaky pork, and it turns out that's just bacon. But I guess, is bacon pork belly?
I don't know.
Because this looks like bacon.
I mean, I believe it.
I believe it too. It led me down this whole rabbit hole about pork. So we're going to fill a bowl with ice water so we can like rapidly cool it after we blanch it.
That's hot water.
Ooh. Oh no!
I don't know why you just didn't use the ice dispenser.
Because you can only get so much out when you use the ice dispenser.
Look what you got out of that.
It's because it exploded. Turn the camera off. This is embarrassing.
Oh my God.
That's what I was trying to get out, and then it broke everywhere. So we are just gonna warm up a tablespoon of oil. Oh. For when the pork is done blanching, we will put it in here, so.
Boop.
A lot less oil than the Lomans. We're going to just chop up some ginger.
How much of this do we need?
Half a teaspoon, but honestly,
How much is that?
I think we should just put the whole thing in because last time we used a lot of ginger and we didn't even taste any ginger.
I agree. We'll just use this whole chunk. You gotta cut it. Is it supposed to be like finely chopped?
I don't think it specifies, which means I'm gonna do it the way
It's
I
supposed to
want
be grated.
Oh.
Susanna wants to try to grate this. She's going to hurt herself. Susanna, please don't. Just get some more ginger. We can throw that in there as well.
This is all we have left.
We have more than the recipe calls for, but we're just gonna go with it. Now we need to get half of a teaspoon of scallions.
They really said barely any scallion.
And we got 2 whole
Scallions
things.
are good. We should just put more in.
Yeah, just do it.
Yes. Just one is way more than we need. Does it say grate it?
All right, so we're gonna blanch the pork for a minute. I'm just gonna start at the bottom and start plopping her in.
This is not as exciting as I thought it was gonna be.
Did you think it would go?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it's not like molten metal. It's just pork.
Looks freaky.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, so now that we've got that ready to go, we are going to prepare some additional stuff. What we are supposed to get was huangju, I believe is how you say it. It's a Chinese alcoholic beverage made from grains or rice wine. Couldn't find any rice wine. I checked 3 different grocery stores. So instead we got a sherry, which is supposed to be a decent substitute. So we need to get a cup of this ready to go. And an additional tablespoons will just go up there. That's probably good enough. Before we add this in, we're going to add the pork to the pan and fry on each side for 15 seconds.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the pork out of the water.
That sounds like a good idea.
Jeez.
It smells good.
Oh, good for that.
You gonna go off? You gonna go off? For how long? A minute?
15 seconds on each side.
How are we even supposed to know what side it's been on?
I don't know. I've already been burned.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see the oil? All right, so now we are going to add the sherry.
Ooh.
Oh, it's off. That's why.
Oh, we Dumbo.
3 tablespoons of soy sauce. 1. Then we're going to add the ginger and scallions in there as well.
3.5 tablespoons of sugar. Wow.
And now we wait for 40 minutes. All right, there we go. A little bit longer on that. We've got some rice going, and we're about to start on the bok choy once we get closer to being done. Exciting.
Well, let me cut it down the middle like this. We'll have like chunks.
Oh, so you never really said what you were doing. You just kind of started mumbling.
We're cutting the bok choy.
We're never going to get a cooking show.
We're coming for you, Joanna Gaines. Steam.
Yummy, yummy. Also, we don't have a lid big enough. So. I think we're getting close to done. We're going to check this with a meat thermometer and see how we're looking.
Make sure it's not touching the pan.
It's not. All right, I think we're just about there. 145.
We have our steamed bok choy and just some white rice.
Here it is all plated. It looks really good, so I'm excited. All right.
I'm not even sitting yet.
All right. That was really easy. Yeah,
It smells really good.
I'm excited. So let's just dig in.
It's hot. How do you eat things that are so hot?
I think it's really good. I think it got a little too charred on one side. So that's detracting from it a little bit. But once you get into the middle of it, the pork is very tasty.
I haven't eaten any yet because it's too hot. We might as well just pause the recording for like 10 minutes because that's how long it's going to take me.
Well, I'll give my review while Susanna grows up. The bok choy, we didn't do anything crazy with. It was just steam it. It's not technically part of the recipe. It just says steam some bok choy and plate it with it.
I can eat the bok choy.
Tastes good.
It's hot.
So we cooked the pork probably an hour total. It said to do 2 40-minute segments or until the supposed to be rock sugar. Was that it? We're supposed to use rock sugar, and when that melted, that's when you kind of bring it down to a simmer. We didn't use rock sugar, so I think we ended up cooking it for a little too long. So a little disappointed that it got burnt on the bottom.
It is good though.
It is very good once you get past that though.
I've never made pork belly, so
I've never cooked bok choy.
I like this. I feel like I'd give it an 8.
I was gonna say 7 to 7.5. It's I mean it's super easy.
The parts that aren't burnt are really good.
Really good.
And the parts that are burned, it's like not even that bad.
It's just a different texture.
Yeah, I thought it was easy and I would make it again.
Yeah. So difficulty, very simple. I think we did okay on it. We could definitely do better the next time around now that we know more about cooking it, but this was really short. There was very little drama.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. See you again next time.